Hello everyone, it's Andy's free guitar chart videos for today, and we're going to cover the mighty chart number 500. We'll take a look at the title there. Modal long tripentatonic cages, chord-shaped circles for long modal cages. So what's this lesson really about? It's about getting a look further into this chart, because there's no way to give you all this detail on Facebook. The amount of detail we can get on Facebook, I'll show you. I'll bring it up. Okay, so we're at Andy's free guitar chart. You get there. Here's my post. By the way, there's no pending badge requests. So here it is, and this is about the way it looks on Facebook, and then you can plus magnify in, and this is about the best resolution you can get on Facebook. Okay, up here, this is, you can't read this because of this little F thing. That's an F. We're on high contrast, and this is what we're going to be discussing today, these circles. And then we have some comments I made working on it. Added in the half-shaped chords to the modal circles. Okay, so there's half-shaped chords, etc. And you can't control wheel out of this, or you'll shrink the whole page. You have to go minus on the magnifying glass on Facebook. So that's about the best we can get on Facebook there for this. And that I can hit magnifier, and we can take a look at that website there. So here's the URL for Andy's free guitar chart videos. Now I want you to look at the resolution I can get on the true chart size Irvin view. But we can get all the way up this big. We can get down to this little imperfections here, which I find those just give the chart character. They give it an aged look. So this is the modal circle. Let's get into the lesson here. This is now the modal circle for the Ionian cage. Modal chord shapes. So each of these circles are modal chord shapes. Take a look at these. This is your Mixolydian circle. This is your Dorian circle. This is your Aeolian circle. The Locrian, Lydian, Phrygian cages. Okay. Locrian. Okay. Phrygian. And Lydian. Alright, so, but things work for them, but we'd only have one chord shape. So we were at Aeolian here, we're at Phrygian here, we've got double chord shapes. Let's stop and look at Phrygian. We've got 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, so let's put Mr. Capo on the third for the key of C, and that would be where your fret nut is. Okay? So we have a C shape, and we have an A shape. These are chord shapes, a C shape and an A shape, and we got C long to A pent for the scale. In the Ionian, which is the one that's outlined by the yellow here, so you see a lot of yellow around it, that is the Ionian fretboard. And you say, wait a minute, I thought we were talking about Phrygian. Yeah, but way down here on root, we've got the Ionian. Let's see right here. We're going to start and work our way back up to where we were going to do. Then we're going to do the chords. By the way, with the chords, a slash means a half C into an A, which will be a major or a dominant 7 or a minor 7th. So D slash into a D minor slash into a C minor is D minor half position, not half diminished, half position to a C minor. Okay, so this is the notation. C slash 0 is G string cutout. It means we're going to cut out of a G string shape, 6/7 root string shape from the G string. So there's 6/7 root there. We would cut out of that and go 6/7 root, like that. So L equals long pattern with cutout option. So we start on the Ionian fretboard here, root 3, 5, 5, root 3, first inversion. Diatonic, well, here's pentatonic, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root up here, 2, 3. So that's the Ionian pentatonic, if you will. These are just nicknames. The diatonic would of course be root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. Up to here. That's darkened because we're mostly focusing on long pattern pentatonics today. So that's our Ionian diatonic, but we can play it with a cutout and it'll be shorter. Hey, by the way, if you like these videos, like and subscribe, share, tell your friends about Andy's free guitar chart videos on YouTube, and keep watching for the latest advances in my techniques for the long cages and the 12 key and the regular cage and chord shapes and all the good stuff we've covered in the past few years with these 500 charts that I've made. So that's our diatonic in the Ionian box, obviously starting with root here. So it's the RE string shape. The RE string shape's root 2, 3. If we learn the string shapes, it makes it easier. But let's just finish up with the cutout. So the RE cutout, and then we'll look at string shapes. The RE cutout is root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. We're going to cut out of the C 3, 4, 5 string shape and go 3, 4 and cut into 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3 for that diatonic. Okay? Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. My wrist is still sore, but it feels good today. So instead of 3, 4, 5 like that, instead of 3, 4, 5, we're going to go a half string shape. It's a cutout. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3. Sounds like Spanish eyes almost, right? Okay, up to the 4 there in that diatonic build. So let's look over at the string shapes. One thing that is definitely a must learn these is the 7 string shapes, and there's just a repeat there so it shows you go to the next octave. So if I started from this, it would be 5, 6, 7, and then root 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 for your 3 longs. And then you got to fit the 7 to the 4 there. And we got 7 root 2. And then 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7 root. And then 2, 3, 4. And then we're back up at 5, 6, 7. Okay, so these are actually what? 1, 2, 3 octaves away there. So we started down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So the string shapes are just the 3 notes. We start here from 5.